there, Mavericks. This is Rob Reinhold. It is November 1st, the mark of a new month. October's done. Let's look forward to November. In this session, we're going to be covering a few things. We're going to take a look at today, see what happened, break down all the bond markets, action, the commodities. We're going to take a look at the current market and see, do we have a scoring change? And as always, we are always looking for new trades to make. Let's take a look at them.
Disclaimer. This video was created for professional Forex and crypto traders. Maverick Currencies is a proprietary trading firm that employs professional traders around the world. Our traders trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits they generate. All trades and analysis in this video are for professional traders only. If you are interested in becoming a professional Forex and currency trader for Maverick, click the Apply button in the video description. Let's break down what happened today.
This is where we were 24 hours ago. We were looking at Kiwi being strong and dollar and pound, followed by CAD and euro, and lagging were the yen and the Swiss franc. So let's see what happened in today's market action. First off, let's talk about the news. ISM weakened. We got that ISM manufacturing number out of the US, and it weakened quite a bit. Estimates were for 49, 46.7 is a very weak number. Then we heard from the FOMC. They said we are not doing anything to rates. However, they were doing a little bit more talk of possibly needing more rates in the future. So we're going to call this a hawkish pause, saying, hey, we're not doing any more rate hikes, but the next ones might have to be on the upside. So how did the Forex market react? Well, you can see the dollar was the worst currency today, but only down about 0.5%. That's not a huge move off of an FOMC meeting. The euro, the pound, the Swiss franc, the European currencies fell, and that CAD also fell. What was strong? Well, we liked the Aussie going into this week, and we said if there is a upward move in the markets, you want to be long Aussie, and the Aussie soared today. Look, the Kiwi was pulled up a little bit, but Aussie is so much better than Kiwi at this point. And let's just not forget about that yen over there. The yen was flat. Now, the yen has been super volatile lately with all the Bank of Japan stuff, but I still like the yen on the short side. The rest of the markets, S&P had a very nice day, up 1%. World Index up 1% as well. Crypto had a nice move, but that was mostly Bitcoin. And you can see that gold and oil took a little bit of a pause. And as I said earlier, Bitcoin was a story. Over the weekend, I said, look, if you want to be in cryptos, you got to be long Bitcoin. That's the place to be. And second, Ethereum, but I like Bitcoin best. And you can see that that's pretty much where the action was today. So let's take a look at where we stand right here, right now. Are we at a score change here? As you can see here, we've had 3 massive moves off this level, and we are headed right back into this resistance area. So we're now at a critical level. We've bounced all the way back up into this critical area here. The question is, can we move through that, or is this the top? And we roll back over. I think we'll know in the next day or two. At this point, we have to say it's a bear rally, but that being said, we're now back up close to that 20-period moving average. So we are definitely not as bearish as we were back here, but we're still bearish at a -2. Until we break through, pull back, make a higher low, we are not going to do any trend change calls until then. We have to see it on the charts before we say it's changed, because at Maverick, we trade the market in front of us. We don't guess at what the market's going to do. We just trade the technicals. And right now, this has to be considered a bear rally. That's it. So at this point, we think the market is likely to turn back down. But over the next 2 days, I think we'll have a good tell on whether that is actually going to happen. Over the next 24 hours, let's take a look at what we got. We've got the Bank of England overnight. So we get that at 8 a.m. Eastern time. And if you are trading the pound, you should definitely be watching this. So big movements in the pound, but other than that, you can see there's not a whole lot on the calendar. So I think we're just going to see some normal trading activity outside the pound over the next 24 hours. So let's go in and take a look at some of the currencies that moved today, and let's update our currency board to make some trades. I want to focus first on the dollar. So the dollar had a downward move off of the FOMC report, but I want to back out and just show you where we are. So yes, we are definitely having a little down move at the moment. But the question is, Is this the end of a trend? Are we about to have a major trend reversal and turnover? And we take a look at the daily chart, and you can see, no, it's not saying that yet. But what it is saying, it's done going up for the moment. Could you make a short on dollar? Okay, you could, but here's the question. Is that the best currency to trade on the short side? Now, again, I like dollar short, but let me show you when I take a look at other currencies, I kind of like them better. So here is yen short. And I say, ooh, this is looking really juicy. We came all the way down to this level. We barely bounced, and we've just been hanging out down here. I really like this for a breakdown. So I'm looking at this yen breaking this pretty major support here and really licking my chops saying, okay, I like yen short probably better than dollar. And then I come over here to the Canadian dollar. And I look at this and I say, oh my gosh, I like this way better than the dollar. And I like this even better than the yen. So as you can see here, yes, dollar, if I had to make a call on dollar, I'd say, yeah, a dollar short for the next couple of days is probably not a bad trade. Here's the thing. There's way better trades in both the yen and the CAD. So the only question is, what do we be long? Well, we called it over last week. We like the Aussie. It was acting the best of anything. And look, it's acting really nicely here. We're having a major breakout of a pretty major level here. Is it a little late to chase it here? Possibly. Possibly, but guess what? How many times have you said yes, possibly, and then it just keeps going? This is where I really like half sizes. Take half sizes on Aussie, and then add in later on if it starts to look a little bit better. So to me, there's only one trade on the upside. That is Aussie. I want to take a look at Bitcoin as well. I've liked Bitcoin really for the last 2 weeks here. The question is the Bitcoin run over? And take a look at this chart. A really nice high base here. As you can see, we've got some really nice breakout over a very long base here. We've been basing here for almost 2 weeks, breaking out. I like Bitcoin to the upside still. If you want to take a look at Ethereum, like I said, I think it's second best. It's about to break out of a high base. I like them both quite a bit. So let's take a look and see where everything moved over the last 24 hours. So the currencies that weakened here at the euro currencies and the dollar, they all weakened, but that CAD, to me, that CAD is the best looking short at the moment, followed by the yen. And what strengthened? Well, we saw the cryptos, Bitcoin, Ethereum strengthen, and the Aussie. So in my call, it is Aussie CAD or Bitcoin long. Let's go take a look at those on a chart. We already took a look at Bitcoin breaking out from this high base. It looks really good here. So the only other currency I want to take a look at here is Aussie CAD. Here is the Aussie CAD. You can see it is off to the races. So is it overextended here? Yes, it is. When you see these things overextended and you wait, do you miss them sometimes? Yeah, you do. So look, you can either be patient and wait for a pullback, or you can take a half position now, have a very liberal stop, and then you can add on later on. I like this one. I know I'm going to get into it. 89 is the current price right now. I'm going to take a half a position, and then I will add to that later on in the trade. So for me, Aussie CAD is the trade. Wrapping this up, we've got Bank of England tomorrow. If you're trading the pound, watch out for that. But other than that, I think you stick with the trends. I like that Aussie long. I like the CAD short. I like the yen short. And I still do like the dollar short, but it's not my favorite. Thanks for joining me. That is the Currency Roundup. Goodbye, everybody.